with the Dallas Mavericks in an 0-2 hole and Kyrie Irving seemingly being non-existent in the first two games, returning home to Dallas, would you believe that Kyrie Irving would score over 30 and the Mavs would still end up in an 0-3 hole?
I don't believe anything. Don't smasher.
Want to see how? Find out next on Hardwood Smack. Welcome back, you guys. Of course, I am Mr. CeeLo, and thank you for being here on the NBA Finals edition of Hardwood Smack. This was a tough one to watch, you guys, because you see the potential in the Dallas Mavericks. You know, they jump out to a huge lead early, and, you know, I'm a big fan of Kyrie Irving, and not a big fan, but in this playoffs I am. And to watch Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic do what they've done in the first part of Game 3, which was come out and put on a clinic. And I'm going to say this right now. Jason Kidd, if you pull that Hardy off the bench again, I'm going to ask for your resignation.
Bruh. Dumb shit! Dumb shit! Dumb shit!
He comes in, turns the ball over, and then turns around and hoists up a horrible shot without making one pass on that daggone series.
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
Comes just straight up the court, goes to the... No, don't look. And I've already said this in my previous rant. I do not like this kid until he learns how to put the damn ball in the air. I don't have a problem. And I'm not talking about shooting it, passing it.
What the? What a dumbass.
Exactly.
Is that your best?
Go back to the G League.
That was pathetic.
Unreal.
It's not funny, Ed.
Anyway, back to the game.
Hey, shut up!
I felt like, and the officiating's got to stay consistent. I'm sorry. I'm sick of watching, Luka pick up his sixth foul on, it was a blocking foul. As many times as the Celtics have gotten away with just hanging on to the edge of guys, I don't know where defense begins and fouling begins.
You don't get it, do
It's
you?
inconsistent. The officiating is very inconsistent. And probably the most aggressive guy on this out here, and the two most aggressive guys, in Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. There is no way that you get 9 free throws between the two of them and you get 10 free throws between Tatum and Brown. And even Derek White, really? He gets 4 free throws? Come on, bro. Come on. That's ridiculous. I get it. You're trying to keep it down. But for Luka to foul out on a block?
I'll answer the question. You can't handle the truth.
That was simply a situation where Jaylen Brown, who's notorious for this right here, he didn't have nowhere to push, and he just fell. Sorry, you don't have to like it. It's true. Because this is a guy, just like Tatum, he's used to leaning and pushing off. He didn't have nowhere to lean to push. I'm not going to rant on about the officiating because it wasn't good. It was not good. Because I'll give you 2 examples. The 2 out of bounds plays, one should have been a foul. And then like true Joe Mazzulla scary man fashion, he challenges it. And this is where I have a problem with the NBA. You see Jason Tatum fouls Lively on that ball. Yeah. That's why it was out on Lively.
That's that man, and there ain't no coming back.
See, these are possessions that swing the game. And that's why when people say one play at the end of the game doesn't cost you, yeah, I agree. We can count to a couple of games. But I'm going to go back to Jaden Hardy. This is why he should never touch the court in these finals. And I would mention, I don't care what he looks like. Skip Bayless is talking about instant offense. I see instant screw up. Because they were up 13. And during that 7-0 run, he was in the game. Yeah. He is in the game. And what's pathetic about it all? To me, this was the catalyst for Boston's getting it together in the first quarter when you had them early on the ropes. You started seeing more of the, let me get mine. Let me get mine. You saw the Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, I'm going to do it all by myself. Now, I'm not going to give Kyrie Irving a lot of flack because he did have a lot of shots that went in and out tonight. So did Tim Hardaway Jr. He had a rough night from the three. He had two of them to go straight down and come out. And what's really painful to watch is you see the way in certain instances where the Dallas Mavericks had the ball moving. Because I'm going to be honest with you, Boston didn't do anything different. We could sit here and we can question it all day, every day. I didn't see anything different. I really didn't. I just saw a lot of 50-50 balls that actually went Boston's way. Everybody's going to sit here and say, oh, Boston did this and Boston did that. I get sick of hearing analysts say that Boston did this and did that right, because that's not true. A lot of it had to do with the fact that the Mavericks just did not play team ball. And officiating had a lot to help, because the fact is, Luka could get a foul almost every play. But you're selective with it. I think I remember hearing Doris said, do you think they wouldn't have called that had he made it? What kind of crap is that? A foul is a foul, whether he makes the shot or not. That's ridiculous. To me, that is just absolute garbage, and Adam Silver needs to address this. Seriously. Because that's what's going on out there. That's why these whistles are so late. It's obvious now.
My foot up your ass, you dumb motherfucker.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Now, I'm not trying to go on a large rant, but I can tell you why Dallas lost this game. First of all, Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic had 35 and 27 respectively. But Luka took a lot of bad shots. When it felt like a moment that they needed a basket, he took a bad shot. When they were down 3 in striking distance, he took a bad shot. This is where I blame Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd, you already put Hardy in there to mess up the whole groove of things. Then you turn around and you do not settle your superstar down. Same thing with Kyrie Irving. You get these guys when, we need a basket. And this is in the first quarter. You got these guys sitting here chunking up shots that are bad, heavily contested shots. Horrible shots. And the thing is, look at this again. P.J. Washington, 9 field goal attempts. Derrick Jones, 2. Gafford, 3. Kleber, 2. Hardaway, 5. Lively, 6. Green, 2. Exum, 1. Hardy, 1. And out of your 38 field goals, only 15 of them were assisted on. That is not good. I've said it before, and I felt like this was going to be Luka Doncic's best opportunity to win an NBA title. And it was going to be Kyrie Irving's best opportunity to follow suit. I know it's 0-3, and I know a lot of people are going to say, well, I'm throwing in the towel. There's a 1% mark for me to think that they're going to win this series, but I still got a little glimmer of life.
Supreme victory!
But the thing is, if Jason Kidd opens his eyes and says, you can't play the first quarter like it's the fourth quarter, completely through. There were opportunities in that first quarter. Once you had established Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. And see, this has always been the problem I've had with Kyrie Irving / Luka Doncic connection. You guys get to a point, okay, I got to have a basket. No. Really, the push that got you started in the fourth quarter was a PJ Washington 3.
Bruh.
You guys had a hot first half. Not so much in the second half. Especially Luka. He finished 11 of 27 from the field. 27 points on 27 shots. You look good in the first half. Not so much in the second half, shot-wise. Now, I'm going to turn to Boston because everybody's going to be like, oh, what did Boston do? Boston only has the best roster in basketball. I mean, and that's the thing. They've got the best roster, you know, and they made shots. It wasn't a situation of that they just outplayed them. They made shots. I'm not going to agree with that. I watched a Dallas team. You can call me a hater if you want to. The fact is, you're watching a team that is loaded in 4 spots. And like they say, you know, bench-wise, you know, but I will say this. I did think they got very important minutes out of Hauser and Tillman. I got to tip my hat to them because between those two, you got 12 points. And a lot of people are going to say, well, that ain't nothing. Well, actually, it counters a 16-12 Dallas bench. That's huge. That is huge. That is why when you see a Tim Hardaway or a Derek Lively come in who had 11 of the 16 points. Green only took 2 shots. Exum had a big play in his 3 minutes. And then Hardaway couldn't get a shot to fall and played 19 minutes. And I'm not going to give Kleber as much flack as Stephen A. Smith did because, as I said, you know, you had a Kyrie Irving sighting tonight. But the thing is, Kyrie Irving was not good in the second half. And he wasn't good in bits and pieces in the first half because they kept forcing shots. Dallas, like I said, when they win games, they get other guys the ball. You know, granted, PJ Washington was, again, your third leading scorer on the team. But here's the problem. Daniel Gafford, 3 shots. You're saying, oh, the lobs. The lobs were there tonight. You got the angles. And see, this is where Jason Kidd has got to coach his guys up. Set up those picks and pick and rolls where they can roll away. Oh, and by the way, that offensive foul they called on PJ Washington was garbage. Once again, trash call. And I understand that this is a game of opportunity and missed calls. Well, Dallas has gotten their fair share of bad ones. Just saying. Looking over here at the Boston way, it's like, look here. You got Tatum, 11 of 26, 31 points. 4 of 13 from 3. 6 rebounds, 5 assists. You call yourself the best player on the team, you're not even going to win the NBA Finals MVP. You're not. Horford had 8 off the bench. Drew Holiday only had 9 coming off that 26-point performance that he had the other night. Derek White still trying to find his stroke. He's had 16 in this one. And Jaylen Brown, who played 41 minutes, 12 of 22, 2 of 9 from 3, had 30 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and a block. And like I said, you got important minutes from Xavier Tillman and Sam Hauser. Sam Hauser probably was the big X factor in the night. If you look at his plus minus, he was plus 16. That was a huge push for him. And like I said, I enjoyed watching him play basketball as well as watching certain. And I think at the end of the day, like I said before, people are saying, "Oh, Joe Mazzulla came in here with all of this adversity." Well, here's the thing: you didn't come into the roster of the Houston Rockets with adversity. So let's stop with the whole he came in with adversity. This team had already been to an NBA Finals. It was a consistent contender. And they stunk up the joint. And this goes back to what I've said. They've been here so many times. It's like, blah. I'm tired of hearing this story. I'm tired of seeing the Celtics get there. They finally get one, go away. Go away. You've been here since 2018. Go. You're not fun to watch. At least LeBron was a little bit more fun to watch. At least Golden State was a little bit more fun to watch. At least Miami's a little more fun to watch. You ain't fun to watch. Sorry, but you ain't. Sorry, Boston fans, your team is not fun to watch. You got two crybabies out there, arguably a third one.
Bruh.
Who cares? But Boston is now one win away from its first NBA title in how long and how many times they've been favored to win it and have not. But as I said, right now it's looking bleak for the Dallas Mavericks because I will say this: the Boston Celtics are finally shooting the three ball. They did have that barrage, as they alluded to in the broadcast, that they were searching for, where they blew out to a 20-point lead, and it looked as though it was about to get really ugly. And then here came the Mavericks, and as I said before, this happened in the Clippers series, if I remember correctly, where they had a game where they were down big, got it all the way back, and then it's like, y'all don't know. And see, this is the problem. Jason Kidd is to blame for a lot of this because you are not telling these guys, look, these guys can make their own shot, but you are not exploiting the matchups that I alluded to in my last show. You're not exploiting the matchups that you could have. And the reality of it is you're not moving the ball. I think Doris Burke alluded to it vividly and beautifully. The ball is hitting the ground. It's not touching hands without touching the floor. When are we going to understand this? Luka, Kyrie, Hardy, and even Hardaway. You guys have to understand you can wear Boston out. They're playing a limited number of players. If you're going to go match up with this team, and you saw they went cold, which is why you were able to bring this thing back. Now, as you saw, they went straight cold at the beginning of the first part of the fourth quarter. And then you got you got back in this game. This was the tragedy of the whole thing. You got stuck. They got the 93 in the fourth quarter. You got it all the way down. Y'all went on a massive 20-2 run. Then y'all just went cold. Y'all didn't know what to do. You went back to the thing that you're not supposed to do. And of course, you were accompanied by a couple of bad calls. I'll give them that. A couple of bad calls. And the reality of it is, Boston's not unbeatable. Boston makes you beat yourself. And Luka and Kyrie, you did that tonight. You mistook going out there having a big game and not thinking I needed to use this and fuel this barrage. See, really, P.J. Washington was the one that fueled this barrage that happened in the fourth quarter. Jason Kidd, I think if you can't muster up some kind of movement here, yeah. Because the reality of it is, you don't have any kind of control out there if this is the type of ball you playing. A guy that used to be Mr. Triple-Double. You have got to find a way to get more than 15 assists on 38 shots made. And once again, congratulations to the Boston Celtics. Like I said, I think Sam Hauser was the big guy that really set this game apart. People are going to say, oh, no, he did. Because the reality of it was he came in and played some big minutes, and he scored 9 points. And he was able to keep certain guys off the board. And he had several big rebounds. He went out there and played with effort. And of course, Xavier Tillman made his presence felt. But Celtics 106, Mavericks 99. Leading scorers. Like I said, I'm interested to hear what Jason Tatum has to say at the podium. Once again, hoisting up 26 shots, scoring 31, but 11 of 26. Jaylen Brown, 12 of 22, 30 points. Also with 8 rebounds, 6 assists. 8 assists and a block. He's on his way to winning the MVP. The only way Jason Tatum can win the MVP, in my opinion, at this point is if this series goes 2 more games, which it very well could, goes 2 more games, and he has one of those performances that he is prone to have every now and again. But they're the only two. Derek White is the only other Celtic that was in double figures. He's the only one who had double figures in shot attempts. He had 16 tonight. Then the Dallas Mavericks, the only 2 guys that had double digits in field goal attempts was Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. They had 35 and 27. And here's the thing. When you hoist up 56 shots, they scored dang near the same number of points as they took attempts, which was about 2/3 of the attempts. So they scored about 2/3 of the points. And yeah, you're talking about that just ain't gonna cut it. You have to do better than that, and you have to get better quality shots. But guys, let me know what you think about Boston going up 3-0 and Dallas in an 0-3 hole. Make your comments known down underneath the show, and also go to my Instagram and hit me up and let me know what you think. But until the next time, keep talking that smack on the hardwood.
Know what I mean? What you gonna do when I come through, babe? What you wanna do? Anything goes on the court, I never been beat. Beauty only skin deep, I like the rim 10 feet. You can't stop me, your game looks sloppy. You need more practice, maybe you like this. To enjoy the game by midway, I can drive around you, even shoot a trait. A 3-point threat, no sweat, you can bet. Back it out and fade away out net. Hang time. What you gonna do when I come through, babe? What you wanna do? Fast breaks out the oops. You know the rules. Crossover dribbles, taking you to school like that. Next time, remember who you're playing. You get no mercy. Know what I'm saying? If you reach, I'ma teach. 2 for the layup. Catch you on the rebound. Game over. Stay up. Yeah, what you gonna do when I come through, babe? What you wanna do? Hang time, y'all. You know what I'm saying?